Straight ahead on IU NewsNet, IU fires the director of student media, then it cuts all future print editions effective with the one supposed to go out today. We'll look into moves that students are calling censorship.
Also ahead, as the Israeli hostages are released, you'll hear from a woman now living in Bloomington who managed to escape to safety. She dodged her would-be captors that day by hiding for hours.
And as homecoming approaches, our football team is not the only thing rising in the ranks. We'll tell you why IU alumni arriving on campus are in the spotlight as well. IU NewsNet starts now. Welcome to IU NewsNet. I'm Alivia Wilson.
And I'm Emma Gladstone. Indiana University has halted the print version of the Indiana Daily student newspaper for good, and the move comes just hours after the media school fired its student advisor, Jim Rodenbush.
The IDS staff says he got fired because he refused to censor their news coverage in a special print edition that was due in the newspaper stands today. The print edition never made it to the stands and never will again. The sudden developments are raising concerns nationally for the future of free press at Indiana University. It's the day after in the IDS office.
They're like pretty, you can just like search in.
A day to figure out whether what just happened is a play for editorial control of a student newspaper founded in 1867, now 158 years old. Ernie Pyle was once its editor-in-chief. It's a student-run but IU-affiliated independent newspaper that is, by financial necessity, converting from print to all digital. But October 14th was a bad day. Not only was student media director Jim Rodenbush fired, effective immediately, for, quote, failing to lead and communicate on behalf of the administration, but hours later came another blow.
There will be no more print editions at all for the IDS. So no longer like, you can't just print news, you can't print it all.
This as the IDS was about to issue one of its few yearly print editions left. This one tied to homecoming. Advertising sold, ready to go. Why then the media school decision to pull the plug on the print?
It's honestly kind of unclear to us.
Rodenbush told the IDS student editors that the media school told him the printed paper could not include any news, just themed material like homecoming, which they call blatant censorship.
He said that he would not do it. He said that he would not directly tell us to do it or to not print news in the newspaper. He considered it censorship. He considered it a content-based decision, which lays very firmly in our hands.
The IDS editors say it's a slippery slope as the media school tries for convergence of its newspaper, television, and radio student media across various platforms. What does that mean for editorial independence?
Andrew and I and the actual students who are impacted are always the last people to be involved in these conversations. No administrators have actually reached out to us directly.
We reached out to Media School Dean David Tolchinsky and have yet to hear back. IU spokesperson Mark Bodie provided a statement acknowledging the shift from print to digital and stating, Indiana University is committed to a vibrant and independent student media ecosystem. It goes on to say, editorial control remains fully with IDS leadership and the university will continue to work closely with them to ensure the strength, sustainability, and independence of student media at IU.
I would agree that we're still editorially independent. I think what might be inaccurate about his statement is that the university respects that.
And amid the confusion, there's a deeper worry.
It feels very scary to be in the media school right now. I feel like I've heard other people say it, but I'll say it again. I didn't think this was going to happen here. We have like a very, very well-known and renowned journalism program. So the fact that it's happening here, it makes me really worried for what's going to happen to other student media outlets across the country.
This is an ongoing story as IDS, IUS-TV, and WIUX are all under the same student media umbrella. The homecoming edition did not get released in print for today, but it is online at idsnews.com.
The printed special edition of the IDS was originally timed to coincide with homecoming this weekend, which will bring thousands of alumni back to campus. And high rankings are not limited to IU's football team. It extends to the alumni as well. Our own Isaac Perlick joins us in to explain. Isaac?
When you combine a highly ranked football team with a lively alumni base, you have the ingredients for an electric weekend here on campus. And that's what's exactly happening here in Bloomington, as all those visiting alumni will arrive back on campus with some new bragging rights of their own.
I think we'll continue to grow and on our march to total global domination as Hoosiers everywhere.
Global domination. That's the goal for Indiana University. Earlier this week, IU claimed the title of largest living alumni base, 805,000 Hoosiers across the globe.
If our alumni were a city in Indiana, it would be the second largest city in the state. So it really just speaks to the critical mass of alumni that are here, ready to help our graduates thrive in their careers and their communities where they go after graduation.
It's a number that beats out familiar Big Ten foes like Penn State, Michigan, UCLA, and even Ohio State, all looking up at Indiana in the alumni rankings.
Being home to the world's largest alumni base really just speaks to IU's reach and impact. It really reinforces just what an influential institution we have and what a powerful global network of alumni exists.
The timing could not be better, right on time for homecoming weekend.
This is a big deal for the community itself. I grew up watching IU football, so this is a big deal for me because it's one of the biggest weekends, probably next to Little 500.
Now this homecoming weekend, maybe not all 805,000 living alumni will return here to Bloomington, but if they do, they'll be welcomed here at the Alumni Center. But I think most alumni will be more interested in what's going on across the street. That will, of course, be here at Memorial Stadium, where the third-ranked Hoosiers will take on Michigan State, setting up to be a fun homecoming weekend here in Bloomington.
I think it will be 45-10. I think they'll get a couple, maybe busted coverage or whatnot, but I think they'll put a good show on for the fans here.
Fans that have a lot to celebrate, on and off the field.
I know my family's coming up. A lot of my friends are super excited. We don't even have to promote it. It sells itself.
Hoosiers are going to dominate in this game, and given how well the team is doing, I think it's going to be a very happy homecoming.
Happy indeed. So IU graduates not only have those population numbers working in their advantage, but they also have that longevity as well. Obviously sticking around here for the football game this weekend. Going to be a lot of fun. I wanted to ask you too, we heard some predictions there on the story. Do either of you have any score predictions for this Saturday?
You know, I can't say that I have an exact score prediction. I'm just hoping to bring home that Hoosier win.
I mean, I think if Signetti has anything to do with it, we'll stay up at the rankings.
Thank you, Isaac.
Thank you. Lots of alumni remember Todd Leary. He's a former IU basketball player now facing charges of theft and fraud. Carmel police arrested Todd Leary, who played for the Hoosiers from 1989 to 1994 and was a member of the 1992 Final Four team. Leary is accused of promising to help the basketball career of a young man whose father had hired Leary. The victim paid nearly $50,000 in what he now alleges was a scam involving the creation of a fake AAU team, a team which never came to fruition. Leary faces 5 counts of level 6 felony fraud and 5 counts of level 6 felony theft.
An elderly woman died as a result of a crash in the parking lot of the Graduate Hotel on Kirkwood. It happened on Sunday morning. Police say she was sitting in the passenger seat of a rental car that her 84-year-old husband was driving. While exiting the Graduate garage, his foot slipped off the brake, causing the car to accelerate down the steep ramp. The car crashed into the cement wall near the exit gate. The woman was taken to the hospital to treat her neck fracture, but died later that day. The husband, along with 2 passengers in the back seat in their 70s, were treated for minor injuries. Also on Kirkwood this weekend, another assault involving an unhoused man in Bloomington, the same man who was attacked there a few weeks ago, but this time he was the one arrested. Bloomington police officers arrived near the upstairs pub Saturday night after witnesses initially reported an unhoused man punched a juvenile and was also attacked. The timing on who provoked the assaults first is unclear, as some photographic evidence of physical contact actually made. The unhoused man was identified as Bobby Ballard, the same person beaten by a crowd on Kirkwood last month. Police arrested 4 people in that attack. But this time, Ballard went to jail on charges of public intoxication, disorderly conduct, and resisting law enforcement.
And on a much lighter note, a dog who once survived on chicken nuggets near a truck stop has now become a hero in Brown County after helping rescue 2 missing children. Meet Knox, once a stray with nowhere to go, now a member of the Brown County Sheriff's K-9 team. Rescued and trained by Redemption Ranch K-9, he and his handler, Deputy Cody Lonkarak, were the only K-9 unit on duty that day, and it was Knox's very first track. The team was called to the Hoosier National Forest after 2 children went missing.
The boyfriend of the mother was there and had last seen them at the trailhead. So Knox picked up at the trailhead. We did an approximate 550-yard track. We were able to see, before the end of the track, we were able to see the girls and hear them.
Lonkarak says Knox's training and instincts paid off. He also hopes the story reminds people that dogs in shelters deserve the same chance as any other, proving that even a stray can become a hero.
A move by Indiana University's leadership has sparked outrage after retired faculty were quietly cut out of campus governance. Indiana University's Board of Trustees and President Pamela Whitten recently implemented Policy Bot 19 without notice to retired faculty, ending their eligibility to serve on university boards and committees. The policy limits governance participation to current employees, effectively removing retired professors from roles they've held in shaping campus decisions. 3 retired professors, Jim Sherman, Russ Skibba, and Alex Tanford, have filed a lawsuit challenging the policy.
Still to come, an interview you'll want to hear. There's an IU connection to an Israeli hostage who escaped and tells her story to IU NewsNet.
Plus, in times of darkness, there's a growing group of people in Bloomington turning to faith. We'll have the story behind a major church expansion.
A Bloomington resident knows firsthand what it means to see the end to the Middle East war and the release of the hostages.
She managed to narrowly escape captivity when the attack on Israel happened 2 years ago this month. Shelby Brown joins us in the studio with her story. Shelby?
That's right. A woman who lives quietly here in Bloomington with her brother carries a very personal story of survival from that October day. The bombs fell more than 6,000 miles from here, but her story is one of escape and resilience.
Maya Alper watched the hostage release with both guilt and gratitude. Now living in Bloomington, she was in Israel on October 7th, 2023.
My biggest moment was right after I was shot at a lot of times that day, but the last time I was shot at right before I jumped into my bush.
Maya was working at the Nova Trans Festival when Hamas attacked near the Gaza border.
And I was hiding there for about 6-7 hours, and even though I was surrounded by literally a living hell and just witnessed my friends being killed and raped for the past couple of hours, I sat there for hours and just smiled and prayed and found this inner peace that I have no idea how I did it, but it happened.
Her story inspired the award-winning short film Bush, which uses real audio and AI animation to show how she used breathing and imagination to survive that day.
This week the hostages were released. After 2 years, it's literally the first morning that it happened. It's the first morning I woke up and didn't feel guilty for being alive.
She says one moment from the release stayed with her.
I remember one of the most exciting things I saw is when one of the hostages came out. He was shocked. Someone was trying to talk to him and he was looking up and he couldn't talk. And she asked him what happened. He said, "The sky. I haven't seen the sky in 2 years." And he started crying.
Even after facing so much fear and loss, Alper says she is learning to focus on the light.
Darkness doesn't really exist. It's just the lack of light. So what really helped me pull through is okay, this is how much darkness I have right now, but it's going to be filled with so much light.
She's now living in Bloomington with her brother, finding ways to focus on the light after surviving the attack at the Nova Festival. Now, when I went to interview with Maya, she really was a light in the room. Would you guys say so?
I would have to agree. I mean, that quote just about, there's not darkness, just not enough light. I think that is truly beautiful.
Just what an incredible story that was.
Yes, wow. Definitely a story of strength and resilience.
For sure. Yes, well, thank you, Shelby.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Police have arrested an Ellettsville man on child solicitation and sexual misconduct charges. 21-year-old Saif Hussein was booked into the Monroe County Correctional Center and charged with sexual misconduct with a minor, a level 4 felony, and child solicitation, also a level 4 felony. According to court documents, Hussein communicated with a 14-year-old girl via Snapchat last summer and met with her at an Ellettsville gas station. Since being charged, Hussein has posted bond and is due back in court on November 24th. There's been a sexual assault reported at Walnut Grove, a dorm on campus. The IUPD crime log states the report was made on October 9th and reportedly occurred on October 5th around 2 in the morning. This assault comes during the red zone, the period between the start of the fall semester and Thanksgiving break, where sexual assaults on campus are typically at their highest level.
A program called You See Me is bringing awareness to the physical and mental health of women of color on campus. And it happens through tabling, events, collaborations, and fundraising. This October, in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, You See Me came together to make pins for students to wear. Each set of 2 pins was just $1, with all proceeds going to a local breast cancer research facility. At the Indiana Memorial Union, members of You See Me spent the afternoon talking with students, sharing bracelets and affirmations, and spreading positivity.
And one thing that I want students to walk away after this tabling is to feel welcomed, encouraged for the semester, and just to have emphasis on the importance of their mental health.
The organization hopes these conversations will continue to build a stronger sense of community and encourage more students to prioritize their well-being.
With so much hardship in the world, there's another organization working to bring a little hope. City Church of All Nations, one of the fastest growing congregations in Bloomington, is expanding downtown. Our own Claire Tips shows us the new location and how more and more people are turning to faith.
Good morning! Every Sunday morning, the team at City Church in Bloomington is outside, wishing everyone a good morning.
That's okay, you're here, that's all that matters.
Even if you're late. In the last year, the church's weekly attendance has gone up nearly 20%, and now it's time to make more room.
When you make room for God to move, so having more seats for more people, it's just, I can't wait to see what God does with those extra seats.
But those extra seats won't be out east. They'll be at a second campus, downtown.
We get to be a light in downtown, and that can become a practical thing for our community where they know what Jesus is because they see City Church downtown.
City Church now owns the property behind me here. It used to be a print shop for IU Health. Once Bloomington gives them the okay to start construction, the church hopes to launch their new campus in February. But launching a new campus is more than just opening the doors.
It's meeting a physical need that sometimes can get in the way of them taking a step forward for that spiritual need.
A spiritual need that's on the rise. The Pew Research Center reports Christianity in the U.S. was on a decline. But since 2019, that decline has slowed. And at City Church, the attendance has actually climbed. Why is that?
It's a hard time, and I think it awakens this innate hunger that we all have for a divine love that we know is Jesus.
You can speak to the number of people showing up, but you can also feel like the hunger and the reception of the word.
A hunger not just for faith, but for family.
This is the first church that I feel like we can say that we have our true friends and family are here at this church. So, and now we're launching a downtown campus.
Praise God.
For IU NewsNet, I'm Claire Tips.
With homecoming and a full slate of events this weekend, all eyes turn to the weather.
It's an important forecast, and wouldn't you know it, there's rain in it. Our own Ashley Voss joins us with the timing. Ashley.
Thanks, guys. I will get to that game day forecast, but for now, let's see what the current temperatures are. Not bad. I mean, it is not bad for Indiana in October. We are seeing low 70s, high 60s. The coldest we're getting is 67 out east. And the highest that we get is over here in Terre Haute, 73. Bloomington, we are right in the middle at 70. But let's see what the evening holds for us. 9 o'clock, it is going to be 58, getting down to 54 at 12. And by 3 a.m., the lowest it's going to be is 52. Now, what you've all been waiting for, game day. Okay, bear with me. Do not let this scare you. Don't worry. Earlier, we were seeing that there were some evening showers that wanted to creep into game day, but we've been tracking it, and it looks like they might stay towards the evening. Other than that, amazing temperatures, so cross your fingers that Memorial Stadium stays dry. Let's check out for the rest of the week what we got. We have those scattered showers, warmer temperatures, way warmer than I'm used to in October personally, and those cooler nights that actually show a little bit of fall. As for the 7-day forecast, we have pretty good, guys. We have 73 sunny, 77 on Friday, which that's awesome. Saturday, again, we have sunny in the morning. Ideally, keep it with those evening showers into Sunday morning. And then Monday, back to sunny. Tuesday, Wednesday, also sunny. I have no complaints, guys. That's all for weather. Back to you guys at the desk.
The leaves may not be turning color yet, but fall festival season is underway.
And at one spot on campus, it took on an international flair. The Fall Festival's event at the IU Museum of Archaeology and Anthropology is a celebration of cultures from around the world. Several student organizations represented their cultural traditions, including the La Casa Latino Culture Center and the East Asian Studies Center. One IU PhD student from India guided visitors through the Hindu festival of Diwali. She says it's a way to connect.
Within Bloomington and US in general, people are becoming silos themselves because you are such an individual person, you do not know who the neighbors are most of the time. So I felt this would be a place where I actually get to meet people and to actually celebrate it the way we celebrated back in India.
The museum is scheduled to host more events in the coming months, including storytelling at the museum, winter at the museum, and the New Journey of Women exhibition.
And when we come back, the IU men's swimming team is making quite a splash nationwide.
And they ride at night. The fall prequel to the Little 500 got on track this week. We'll have the result in IU NewsNet Sports. Welcome back. The coming rain won't keep the homecoming crowd from descending on Bloomington.
It is a football frenzy as the IU Hoosiers climb in the national rankings. Josie Broyles joins us with IU NewsNet Sports. Josie?
Thanks, guys. Yeah, it's shaping up to be a happy homecoming for the 6-0 Hoosiers as they take on Michigan State on Saturday. IU is ranked 3rd in the nation. Coach Sig is not letting the team bask in the glow of the huge win over the Oregon Ducks just yet, who had won 18 straight at home until IU showed up in Eugene. Last November, Indiana dominated Michigan State in East Lansing with a 47-10 win, which highlighted the Hoosiers' most prominent performance of the season. Curtis Rourke threw 4 touchdowns, and the defense held the Spartans to negative 36 rushing yards, making that a program record. Coming off of a big win over Oregon last week, the question now is, can the Hoosiers keep schooling their in-conference opponents?
If we can continue to be successful, which means we have to show up to work on Monday as a team, humble and hungry, ready to go against Michigan State, right? You know the challenges that this team's going to have this week.
Game time against Michigan State is 3:30 on Saturday. The Indiana men's soccer team picked up 2 big wins this week, taking down Ohio State and Kentucky. The match against Ohio State had an extra layer to competition. Head coach Brian Mazanov once wore the Cream and Crimson kit as an IU player and later served as an assistant coach before taking the leading job in Columbus. These victories mark a strong turnaround for the Hoosiers after tough in-program losses earlier this season to Michigan, Michigan State, and Washington. The Hoosiers will be back this Friday to take on Hanover at home.
To me, it's performance. We're performing really well in a lot of these games, and that is where my focus is, and typically that will tip the scale with results.
The well-performing Hoosier squad will face Hanover here in Bloomington on Friday. The Indiana men's swimming and diving team continues to make waves. The team is currently ranked number 2 in the nation. This season, the Hoosiers achieved their 4th straight Big Ten title, winning by the largest margin in conference history. Senior Owen McDonald led the way, setting program and meet records in both the 200 individual medley and 200 backstroke. Under head coach Ray Lewis, Indiana is carrying that momentum into the NCAA championships, keeping their eyes on a national title and solidifying their status as one of the country's elite swim and dive programs. The men's and women's college basketball season kicks off in just a few weeks. Let's take a look at where IU stands in the rankings. The AP poll for both sports came out this week, but IU enters the season unranked on both teams. IU men's basketball has a new head coach, Darren DeVries, and the Hoosiers are expected to make a significant jump. But they received just one vote in the AP poll. On the women's side, there's a brand new roster in a highly competitive Big Ten conference. The Hoosiers enter the season with expectations to perform in the middle of the conference. They didn't receive any votes in the preseason AP poll. The college basketball regular season starts in early November, with the women facing Lipscomb and the men's facing Alabama A&M. The IU Student Foundation's Bloomington Classic, the fall prequel to the Little 500, was completed Tuesday night, and the results are in. The 40 laps for women's teams and 60 laps for the men's teams is intended to be a spectacle for fans and a mini race for riders gearing up towards April. Races are divided amongst men, women, and veteran riders, with rookies taking part in a men's and women's race of their own. By the end of the night, teams Alpha Chi Omega, Kappa Alpha Theta, and Melanzana took home top 3 for women's. For the men's race, Sigma Alpha Epsilon, Black Key Bulls, and Sigma Phi Epsilon ended in the top 3. That's all for sports this week. It's going to be an exciting weekend on campus. Now, back to you, Emma and Olivia.
Thanks, Josie. Halloween is just 2 weeks away now.
Yes, it is. And everyone here in Bloomington is getting ready and showing off their best costumes. And pets are no exception. Switchyard Park hosted their Howl at the Moon event this past Friday. The event is for Bloomington residents to dress up their furry friends and take them on a 1.5-mile nighttime walk through the park. House of Paws Grooming had a table set up at the event, providing attendees and their pups with fun treats and glow sticks for the nighttime walk.
Sister just got her dog like 2 months ago, so she's been very excited to finally go and do all the dog events. So here with her, dressing up her dog and herself, just really happy to be out and doing community dog events finally.
The event was a great way for Bloomington residents and their dogs to get into the Halloween spirit. And now, Emma, I have to know, are you in the Halloween spirit?
Of course I am. I'm stuck between being Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth right now.
Great options. Great options for your costume. Absolutely. I can't wait to see it.
And that's it for IU NewsNet for now. We have a behind-the-scenes student production team in the control room and working in the studio for this broadcast. We thank them and we thank you for watching. I'm Emma Gladstone.
And I'm Olivia Wilson. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at IU NewsNet and on the IU Media School YouTube channel. Take care, and we will see you next week.